Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're just joining me, this is a room where we just tackle a lot of TryHackMe, you know, rooms basically, and we go over it one by one, and we try to work these things out. And I hopefully you guys get something out of this. This is in the Nmap room, so you guys been following around. You guys should be knowing what we're doing. And today's lesson is mostly about spoofing and decoys, along with some other ones if we have a lot of time for it. We're getting closer to the end, so I'd like to thank you guys all for being here as long as you guys have been and coming back. If you're coming back, if this is your first video, welcome. All right, so Nmap is a tool that we use to discover information about a network. It is one of the first things we typically do when it comes to a recon environment. And this is going to get us information about the network. But sometimes we're going to want to spoof the network and pretty much trick the network into allowing us to scan it. So we're going to use spoof IPs and decoy IPs. So that's pretty much the basis of this room. So we'll go ahead and we'll let you guys follow along with me as I read it. Hopefully my voice doesn't turn you guys off and my reading isn't too atrocious. So stick with me and we're going to dive right in. So task 5, spoofing and decoys. In some network setups, you will be able to scan target systems using a spoofed IP address, even a spoofed MAC address. Now, IP address is different from your MAC address, so make sure you guys know what you guys are talking about. So such a scan will only be beneficial in a situation where you can guarantee to capture the response. If you try to scan a target from a random network using a spoofed IP address, chances are you won't have any response routed to you. The scan results could be unreliable. The following figure shows the attacker launching a command nmap s spoofed IP. In this case, it'd be 1067.85.106. Consequently, Nmap will craft all the packets providing source IP to the spoof IP, so the target machine will respond the incoming packets, sending the replies to the destination IP address to the spoofed IP. So for this scan to work, you need to give accurate results. The attacker needs to monitor the network traffic and analyze the replies. So here's the attacker. This is going to be from a spoofed IP address, a made-up IP address. Destination is to a spoofed IP. So, yeah. In brief, scanning with a spoofed IP address is three steps. The attacker sends a package with a spoofed IP address to the target machine. The target machine replies to the spoofed address as the destination, and the attacker captures the replies to figure out the open ports. In general, you expect the network interface. You expect to specify the network interface using TAC E, and explicitly disable ping scans with TAC PN. Therefore, instead of nmap s spoofed IP or whatever, you will need to issue nmap TAC E network interface PN TAC spoofed IP and so forth. So to let Nmap explicitly know which network interface you use and to not expect to receive a ping reply. It's worthy. We're going to go ahead and actually we're going to type this out. Nmap, because this is going to be the exact network underscore interface. I wonder if that's going to be different. TAC PN TAC spoofed 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 TAC IP, and it's going to be 10.67.1 10.67.185.25.206. Right on. Okay, so we're going to keep that there. This will tell Nmap to explicitly which network interface to use and not to expect to receive a ping reply. It is worth repeating that the scan will be useless if the attack system cannot monitor the network for responses. So when you're on the same subnet as the target machine, you would be able to spoof your MAC address as well. And you can specify the source MAC address by using spoof MAC, spoof MAC. This address spoofing is only possible if the attacker and the target are on the same Ethernet. So this is much like the ARP scan and much like a man-in-the-middle attack. So spoofing only works in a minimal number of cases where certain conditions are met. Therefore, the attacker might resort to using decoys to make it more challenging to be pinpointed. The concept is simple. Make the scan look as it's coming from many IP addresses so that the attacker's IP address would be lost. As we see in the figure below, the scan of the target machine will appear to be coming from 3 different sources, and consequently, the replies will go to the decoys as well. So, attacker IP setting out source two decoy and 1 source IP addresses, and then it's going to get the response back. So you can launch a decoy scan by specifying or random IPs. Just sorry about that. You can launch a decoy scan by specifying a specific or random IP address after attack D. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. So here would be the command. You would go ahead and run nmap tac d, and then you would sit here and say any kind of random IP addresses that you want to use. 1010.1, 1010.2. Me would be the IP address that you would be working from. You will make the scan from, basically, and it appears as though it's coming from. So you will make the scan of 10.67.187.106 appear as coming from the IP addresses 10.1, 10.2, and then the me would indicate your IP address. Should appear in the 3rd order. Another example would be nmap tac d, which would be 10.1, 10.2, and then random me, which would be your IP address, where the 3rd or 4th source IP address was. So here's it. So what would you need? What command would you need? So what do you need to add to the command sudo nmap 167.1685.185.206 to make the scan appear as if it's coming from 10.10.1 instead of your IP address? So we know that it's going to be this, so we can basically type that in on these last 4 set of octets, but now we're looking to make it a decoy, so it's going to have to be tac d and then the decoy address, whatever I'm supposed to be typing in, 10.10.10.tac11. Let's see if that works. And that's not what it was supposed to be. Did I miss something? So make the scan appear as if it's coming from the source IP. No, that's right. Maybe it's not. Instead of your IP address. Let's go back up. Nope. Oh. I am an idiot. Sorry. Tac S. Watch that one. I'll work too. Put me on blast on real time. Boop, boop. Okay, so it's S. Spoofed IP address, not decoy. So that's where I got confused. And boop. What do you need to add to the command sudo nmap 10.67.185.206 to make the scan appear as it is coming from the source IP in addition to your IP address? So this one should be decoy, right? Okay. Tac d 10.10.20.21 and then 10.20.28, and I'm missing something here, right? I'm missing something here. let's see. Let's see. Next scan here is it's coming from the source IP. Boom, boom, boom. And okay, so I'm going to assume it's going to be this, .20.21, ME.10.10, 28. Let's see if that works. I don't want that. 28. I don't want that. Something is wrong on my, in addition to, let's just type in me. I don't think that's going to be the case because, oh, that was it. All right, so there it is, the decoy and spoofed the IP addresses. Follow me for my next one, which is going to be fragmented packets. And this is actually a really important one if you want to bypass firewalls, especially web application firewalls. Fragmented package, cannot say it enough, is extraordinarily important. So if you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely comment, because let's face it, I don't know what I'm doing here. So any kind of information or words of encouragement or support or just words will help greatly. And I will see you in the next one.